host and producer of the very popular TV talk show, Life on Maui with Stephen Lee. And today he has, spent a lot. Sorry. Steve has spent 6 months living on Thailand in a real Thailand village. So today he's going to speak to us about life in Thailand. Please help me welcome Steve Reed.
I really want to start with Hawaii before I do anything about Thailand, because this place is just amazing. First of all, the way you introduced the meeting around love, to me that's one of the most amazing things about Maui is the open-heartedness here is unlike anywhere else, especially now after coming back from Thailand. Yes, it's the land of smiles, but here is the land of open hearts like nowhere, So I just want to make a note. Today is the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, and express tremendous gratitude for this place that I call home. And it took me 6 months in Thailand to realize that Maui's home. So I feel like I'm doing dinner theater here. This is great. Where I grew up in Philadelphia, we had a place called the Latin Casino. Anybody ever heard of the Latin Casino? Latin Casino was very famous. Guys like Harry Belafonte and Frank Sinatra used to go there. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top. My dream as a Philly boy was to come to the tropics. And I traveled extensively around the world. Australia, New Zealand, the Caribbean, 10 times to Jamaica, 8 times to Australia. And when I came to Maui, it was like, bingo, bingo, this place is home. And sold the house, did everything to get here. Many of us have similar stories. And I got to realize a lifelong dream doing a TV show. I went to college at Temple University for radio, television, and film. But life at that point had a different path for me. I wound up having kids, opening a video rental store, 2 video rental stores, and my life took that path. And when I came to Maui, a psychic woman said to me in a reading, "Steve, I see you as doing a television show here. And there's a TV station where you can take the courses very inexpensively." And so I did. And it's been amazing for me. I love doing the Life on Maui show. As a matter of fact, right from here, I'm going over to Okaku, and it will be my first studio show since I've come back to Maui about a month ago. I'm interviewing a man named Bernard Foom, who is around my age, around 60, but when he was a teenager, he was a harem boy. He lived in the United Arab Emirates. He's originally from Malaysia. And he talks in great detail about the joy of being introduced to being a harem boy. It was not a tribulation for him, it was an amazing experience for him. But it's a fascinating story, so keep your eyes open for that show. It'll be up on Channel 52, and it's also on YouTube. I put everything up on YouTube as well. So, Thailand. How did that come into the picture? Somebody's here from Thailand? I thought somebody said there's somebody here. You're from Thailand?
Yes, I am.
Where?
Rotary.
What part of Thailand is it?
About 100 miles north from Bangkok.
Oh, okay. I lived in Chiang Mai.
Halfway.
Halfway between?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Mountainous. Or maybe not where you are. Yeah. Okay.
Rice paddies.
Rice paddies. Rice paddies. It's one of the ways you know you're in Southeast Asia, rice paddies. You just feel, oh, I'm in Southeast Asia, there's rice paddies. It's really great. So I went to Thailand originally because I grew up with a mom who in that time thought she was doing us all a great favor by putting out bowls of hard candy and chewing gum, and caused extensive cavities and problems in my molars. So I went to Thailand for a lot of dental work. All my front teeth are my own. The back teeth are all implants and bridges and crowns. And I just want to say that there's no better place that I've discovered to have your dental work done than in Thailand. It's a real class act. They've got dentists that have studied in the US and in Europe, and it's a fraction of the cost of what it is here. It's about a third of the price that it is here. So if you go over and you have some major dental work done, you pay for the whole trip. You know, the whole vacation is free, including the airfare. So I'll get back to that, but I've started a business now that I've come back to Maui. We take care of you, Thailand, and the prepositions are intentionally not there, the of and the in, because it's supposed to sound like a native Thai. We take care of you, Thailand. We take care of you in Thailand. So it started with a visit because I wanted to save money on my dental, and I really fell in love with the country. It's a beautiful country. And on my third trip to Thailand, I didn't just fall in love with the country. I fell in love with a woman. A Thai woman. Lovely. And of course, it's the 60-year-old guy's dream. She's a 38-year-old girl, but she's very mature. She's got her own business. No children. So, I mean, it was like, oh, okay, I get to move to Thailand, live with this great woman, and in a Thai village, and it was an amazing, amazing experience. However, and there's some things that I found for myself about Thailand that I just couldn't find here. I couldn't find anything like the community here. You know, it's like the open-heartedness, the sense of ohana that's here. I just couldn't find it there. I found, especially what they call white people, falang. So falang guys like myself. Falang, correct? Right? Falang, I'm a falang. I don't find Thailand to be a romantic culture. It's much more practical. So the Western guy goes over to Thailand, you know, with the European or the American thing of romance. They don't have a romance is something that happened in Europe, and I don't know, 500 or 600 years ago. Before that, you got married because you wanted to join lands or properties or stuff like that. And in some ways, it's still like that in Thailand. So I discovered, and I'm very romantic. I've got my Venus and Pisces and all kinds of good stuff like that. I'm very romantic. So my need for romance and affection wasn't met there. And that was fine. I mean, I had a great time, lovely relationship. But there are guys who go over for love and romance, and the Thai women know that the Falangs want love and romance, and it can be challenging. So, a word of warning for any guys who want to go over for love and romance, just to be careful. It was not my case. I have a wonderful relationship with Nalini, and we have a business together. We take care of Thailand, and she has a tour company on her own over there, a fleet of 4 vans, And she's a real businesswoman. She's more of a businesswoman than I am. I mean, she just thinks business and money day in and day out. She loves money. She just really, and she loves service. She loves being of service, and so forth and so on. So, for those of you who don't know, I know some people have been to Thailand. Shireen, you've been to Thailand? No?
Just my daughter.
Oh, just your daughter. Okay. And Shireen, thank you for inviting me. We really appreciate it.
Long time.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Thailand is a beautiful country. It's mountains in the north and it's beaches in the south. And, gorgeous beaches, very different than the ones we have here. The water tends to be warmer. The breezes are much warmer. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous.
How's it pretty?
Thank you. The food's off the charts. The food's off the charts. I mean, there is a plethora of food constantly being prepared, day and night, everywhere, all the time, and inexpensive. And it's all fine to eat right from the street, healthy food carts. I never got a disturbed stomach or any problem like that at all. Just eating for $1 on the street. $1.35, more or less. So the food thing is amazing. Tremendous amount of food everywhere. It's just, and the people don't need a business license to set up. So all you need to do is set up a business. It's very easy there. You just set up a business. If you want to do something, you do it. It's that easy. You just do it. And people decide they want to make baskets. They make baskets and they put out their baskets. If they want to make food, they make food. They put out the food. It's just a very natural kind of organic process of somebody doing something. There's not a lot of red tape or anything like we have here that makes it very difficult. So the food is amazing. Very inexpensive. I would go to the market at night and come home laden like a camel with bags and bags of fruits and vegetables for $5. So coming back and going to Mana and getting 3 cucumbers for $5.
Maybe 2.
I think 2. It was a rude awakening. Or a handful of tomatoes for $5. This was literally, all of the wonderful tropical fruits and vegetables you can imagine to last a week for $5. Okay. So there's a lot to say about going to Thailand. There's a lot. I mean, there's the massages. Okay, you can get a massage every day because it only costs $5. $7 for an oil massage, $5 for a Thai massage. And these little women are very strong. I mean, they can get in there. It's amazing. So you can go there, you can get a massage every day for $5. You can eat for another, I don't know, $5, $10, And the accommodations over there are very inexpensive. You can easily stay anywhere for $20 a night. Easily. I mean, if you want to go 4 or 5 star, you might have to go up to $50 or $60 a night. But you can stay at a very nice place. And even the last place that I stayed was in the south, a place called Komak, right on the beach. Bungalow on the beach was $18 a night. Big bungalow on the beach, $18 a night. So the thing that I'm really wanting to promote is the 5 minutes. Perfect. I was going to ask you for that. The thing that I really want to promote is the dental and medical tourism aspect. I mean, we also do yoga tours, wellness tours, cleansing tours. So you can go for all that incredible yoga retreats, wellness retreats, healing retreats. Mental, maybe that too, medical and dental tourism, and the beaches. I mean, we've got the most beautiful beaches, but they're different there. You might want to try a different beach. So if there's anybody that you know, my cards are right over there, who's interested in any of the above, getting dental work done. I've got a couple of amazing dentists, beautiful clinics, very pristine, top-notch, best materials, and a third of the price of here. Medical, same thing. I have somebody who's going over, who's getting some cosmetic surgery done for a fraction of the price. So please check out the website. I just put up a website. It's a very simple website, but WeTakeCareYouThailand.com. Cards are over there. There's a USA number. There's a Thailand number. And I guess to bring it full circle, the reason that I'm here now is because Maui no Kauai. Bottom line. I live in a nice house in a Thai village. I mean, I was one of the only Phalangs in the village. And great gal was a girlfriend, but it just wasn't home for me. This is home. So I can ostensibly do the best of both worlds. I can come here, make a business that bridges Maui, Hawaii, the U.S., and Thailand, because I think both places are great. And, I'm going to continue to go back to Thailand for personal and business reasons, and would love to be of service, yes?
So I know you interviewed a lot of really interesting people on your TV show. I was wondering if you could maybe just tell us about one of them.
Oh, Shireen, you're great. Shireen's great. Yeah, well, I don't know what people's interests are, but recently, I don't know if any of you know the author Marianne Williamson. I interviewed Marianne, and she's someone who speaks to, transformation of consciousness and so forth. I've interviewed Gary Greenberg, the scientist who has a lot to do with the Full Science Project up on Haleakala. I've interviewed the famous best-selling author Harold Bloomfield, New York Times best-selling author who, has written many books. He's a psychiatrist. The list goes on and on. So again, another website, lifeonmaui.com. Lifeonmaui.com. And all the shows are up, and they're all categorized, and just click around and find something that you like, and stay in touch with me,
And come back.
I'd love to come back.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. We do have time for 2 questions. Does anybody have questions for Steve?
Yes.
What part of Thailand are the clinics over time? Is it northern or down around Waikato?
Well, both, but the ones that I'm very familiar with are around Chiang Mai.
What airline is
Thai Airways. United, by the way, if anybody has mileage programs, United is fantastic. They're not giving me anything to say that, but for 50,000 miles, you can get a round trip. 50,000 miles. And that'll take you all the way through. And once you get to Thailand, it's Thai Airways that gets you there. Yeah, Chiang Mai.
And you interviewed Joe Sugarman.
Oh, Shireen, yes, Joe Sugarman, the famous Joe Sugarman, one of our icons on Maui. He approached me, and we did an interview, great interview. Did a great interview with Joe. So look on the website. It's under business section, of course. And Joe Sugarman, great interview.
I'd like to thank Steve Freid for being here today and sharing with us about medical tourism in Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.